Good morning, Eastern Oregon, and welcome to this May 31st version AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon. How you doing, man?
It's second Monday. It's first Monday, really. I mean,
I've been telling myself all morning last night is like tomorrow's a Tuesday. Yeah, because normally we kind of have a day to warm up.
did you see? You didn't comment on it, but did you see when Alex said, "Should we do news on Monday?" And I said, "Nope."
No, I did see that as like, all right, good. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Everybody needs a vacation from time to time.
Yeah, it was a nice day. It was a good weekend.
Yeah.
It's the weather could be better.
Oh man. I was talking with someone the other day about how it's like Memorial Day weekend is consistently rainy. It's just so weird. You would think that there was something in the stars because of it or something, but it's like you can have good weather before, good weather after, but the weekend itself seems to. I wonder if there's a percentage of like.
It's probably pretty high.
That. Yeah,
probably pretty high.
Yeah,
I don't ever make plans because there's no point.
Yeah. Well, and someone else was saying like the stock show is the same way. I mean I guess that's next weekend, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's always rainy. At least one of the days.
Yeah.
Johnny and I went out there one year though. I think like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. I went out there with my uncle too, and my uncle likes to go bet on the horses.
Uh-huh.
It's actually kind of fun. I never really got into it until my uncle. He likes to. I mean, he don't go out there and bet a bunch of money or anything.
Right.
But it's just more like trying to guess which horse is gonna. And we don't have any idea what's going on with them. We just pick the prettiest horse or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a nice looking horse.
Yeah. Did you follow that horse race that happened? A few weeks ago, the horse came from nowhere. Did you?
That was the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
80-1. 80-1 odds.
Yeah. And it was, in the video of it, it's just so crazy. I mean, it's like all of a sudden he turned on the gas, found a path, and it was funny. The announcer didn't even say his name until he crossed the line. It's like,
yeah. Anyone can win on any day.
Yeah.
In sports. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah. So, talking to sports.
Talk about sports.
Let's do this.
Let's give Lori McNeil a little plug real fast. If you have any recruiting or retention questions, give Army National Guard Sergeant First Class Lori McNeil a call, 541-786-1459, or email her. It's down there. So if you have, if you're thinking about joining, or if you have a kid that is interested in the Army National Guard, get a hold of her. Sports. Let's see. Let's start with EOU. They got back from nationals this last weekend. And the biggest, and it comes as no surprise, TJ Davis, he got second. He was the national champion in the heptathlon and got second in the decathlon. And the kid who beat him last year was the kid who beat him this year, this Carroll college kid.
Oh, wow.
And it was wet. It was really wet there. It was only sunny one day, the last day, I think.
Wow.
And let's see, Darian Walker, All-American at pole vault. Maggie Ledbetter, All-American in the shot put. There's a couple others, but I'm just they're not coming to my head. I think we had 4 All-Americans in the outdoor season. But yeah, TJ got second, so he'll come back next year as a senior and look to get another national championship in indoor and look to get his first in outdoor. LeGrand baseball won last week against Marshfield, so they play today at 4:00 right here at Pioneer Park. I think tickets are $8 for adults, $5 for kids. You can buy them online or you can buy them there. If LeGrand wins this game, they're in the state championship next Saturday against who to be determined, but it's at Salem Kaiser Volcanoes field, which is the single A team for the Giants. It's a beautiful stadium. It's right off of I-5, just outside of Salem. And yeah, I mean, LeGrand, if LeGrand wins this, that means all 12 of their seniors will be graduating on the field next Saturday, and I'm going to stream that from there for, friends and family that can't be at the game. I'll go live today sometime during the game and try to give score updates. I mean, we're playing Philomath. They beat the number one team in the state last week, which the rankings don't really matter in Oregon for the simple fact that we beat the number one team in the state.
Yeah.
We had less losses than anybody, or less losses or the same as anybody else in the state, and we were ranked fourth because of our strength of schedule, because we have to play teams like Ontario and Milton Freewater and just teams that aren't good. There was days where we won and dropped in the rankings, which is it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, they play Philomath today, 4:00. And then the girls, they're already over there. They traveled yesterday. They play Cascade, which is in Turner, at 4:00 today in the semifinals. And if they win, they're in the state championship too. And they're rolling right now. They're a good softball team. They got one team that will probably give them trouble, and that would be, I mean, I think they should win today. But then Marist is really good. Marist is real good. And that's the team that LeGrand beat last week in baseball. So yeah, Marist Catholic. So I mean, that's sports in a nutshell. There's not really much else going on. It's the end of the year, graduation's coming up this Saturday. I think we're streaming that, aren't we?
We are. It'll be right here.
What time is that at?
I want to say 10:30. But I think
we're running our graduation same time as
it's 10 or 10:30.
Huh, that's weird. I wonder why Union. I just got a grad announcement. Union is running their graduation at 10:00.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think, yeah. In fact, I think Union contacted me initially about helping them stream that, but anyhow.
I wonder why they do that. Like, why not get together and say, hey, you go at 10, we'll go at 12? Because I'm sure there's people that want to go to both.
Well, I know that North Powder intentionally does theirs in the afternoon. Some of the other schools, like, seems like Embler had their graduation last weekend. I mean, so most of the time schools do.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't work out this time, but
it was kind of like during the season this year, the baseball and the softball team playing at the same time at home. It's like, that never happened when I was in school. Either the boys played first or the girls played first, because then you could have that cross pollination.
Right.
Like
the
fan, the parents and the players on the baseball team could go watch the softball team.
Yeah. Wonder who dictates that. How does that even happen?
Well, whoever dictates it failing. They're getting a failing mark on my report card right now.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb. And foul balls too down there at that park. Not so much softballs coming onto the baseball field. That hardly ever happens. Right. But baseball's going onto the softball field. I mean, you get hit in the head. Somebody asked if you, oh yeah, it was your birthday. I knew that. I knew it was your birthday. Yeah, you turned 68 like 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago?
68.
May 29th. Is that right?
68. Yeah. May 29th. I turned 61. Yeah. If you're going to go totally over, we got to correct it.
I know. It's Kathy that said that. Mm-hmm. I knew it was your birthday. I just didn't see you. And I don't do the whole Facebook birthday. Like, nah, that ain't my thing. I don't even tell my kids happy birthday on Facebook.
I don't either. Part of it is because, you don't really think about how many people have birthdays on a given day until
there's so many
of them show up. Yeah, until
I got 4 today.
Friends. Yeah. So I appreciate those people that did wish me happy birthday. But
the thing is I wouldn't even remember birthdays if it wasn't for Facebook. I wouldn't even have known it was your birthday. But I don't do the whole.
Well, I'm
my
glad
mom does. My mom says happy birthday to every dang person she knows.
I know.
And my mom has, let's see, how many friends does my mom have?
Yeah, your mom has got to be in the thousands. Like you just got to
almost 5,000. 4.9.
Yeah. I think
That's a lot of birthdays.
It bottoms out, or I mean the max is 5K, you know. And so she probably, when she friends someone, she probably has to get rid of someone off their list.
Filter it out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of birthdays a day.
I've had people like who I knew like that. Yeah. And they literally had to switch their Facebook account to like a celebrity or a personality. Yeah. You know, your mom could definitely do the personality.
My mom's going to go watch the baseball game today. She went to her first baseball game like for LeGrand probably since I played last week, and she loved it. So we were on the phone this weekend, and she's like, "Will you come get me for the baseball game?" I'm like, "Mom, I'll come get you anytime you want to go to a baseball game, anytime." So she's going to go watch the baseball game today.
Now, did she have her knee replaced? I'm trying to remember.
No, she hasn't had her surgery yet. So delayed, she had some other stuff come up, and so she's having her shoulder surgery first.
Oh, that's what it was. I couldn't remember.
She's supposed to have that in April, and she had some other stuff come up. I won't talk about it on here.
Yeah.
So she's doing good. She's good. She's trucking along, and hopefully she'll get her shoulder. She needs her shoulder fixed bad.
Yeah.
She's to the point where like there's like 3 ligaments that are torn, and it's not fun. Shoulder surgery sucks though. I don't know. Have you ever had shoulder surgery?
No.
It's not fun.
No. But they kind of do that. Do they do shoulder surgery with endoscopic, or do they sometimes go in?
Well, mine they had to cut me open.
Yeah.
Like the scar's probably it's right here. And it's probably 2.5 inches long. Right. But they had to cut me open because they had to cut part of my collarbone out when they did the labrum and the biceps tendon. Because there was what's called an impingement.
Mm-hmm.
So like the collarbone was like hitting on other stuff in there. So they just go in and they cut the end of the collarbone out. And yeah, it was a horrible recovery.
Oh man,
I hated it. I mean, it was miserable. Thankfully, it was my left arm.
Yeah.
My mom, the first thing my mom did, I'm gonna put her out there like this. First thing mom did when she found out she was having shoulder surgery was bought a bidet.
That's not a bad
it's
investment.
My good arm. No.
Yeah.
And it was on the toilet for about, I don't know, a month. And then I think my dad's finally like, we're taking this thing out until you have shoulder surgery. We're not having this in the way. I never tried it while it was on there. No. Every other country uses them, though.
I know.
I know. We're just not programmed for it.
I know it. So it looks rainy out there. Did you see the pool in the front of our office the other day?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. You posted a picture of it or a video.
Yeah.
I can grab a picture of it real fast.
Yeah, no, and thankfully, yeah, the drains in the back of our out in our alleyway, which borders our office, were full, and thankfully, I got a hold of Kyle at Public Works. Kyle's the Public Works director, and he sent a guy out and came out himself, and they kind of rotor-rooted the pipe that goes out to the street, and man, that whole pool cleared in about, I mean, it was pretty amazing. Cleared in about 5 minutes. It was gone. So yeah.
Yeah. It's all the way up above the curb.
Yeah. I mean, somebody came, a truck drove through here, and the water just sloshed right in the back door.
I wish I would have known when Benny was walking out that door. I would have just hauled right down that alley and just blasted. Put it on video. I forgot to show a couple of pictures from this last week of baseball too. So I've been playing around with that new lens, and it zooms. What I don't how far does it zoom?
It's a 500 millimeter lens. It's a long
500 millimeter, and so this is the ability. Like this is from the dugout, basically.
Yeah.
And then this quickly moved into like my top like 5 pictures ever. I just really like this picture, this one from softball right here.
Yeah.
I just love the way it's set up, everything. Walt, Kinsey, Grace, like, you know.
Now, is that just, in the dugout? Where's that at?
That's in the. I'm allowed to go in the dugout.
Right.
Yeah, I don't though. I don't hang out in the dugout during the game. I have permission to, but I don't. I give them their space. Like I don't want to. Yeah. I won't want some creepy dude in the dugout while I was playing.
Yeah, so the dugout's kind of a sacred space during the game.
Yeah. I don't want them to think they can't say what they need to say in there. But I mean, Cody gave me permission. He was like, "You can be in the dugout whenever you want. And do what you need to do." But I don't. Yeah, it's not my thing. That field though is really hard to shoot pictures on, the softball field, because it's 6-foot fences all the way around.
Right.
So what I do is I go on the visitor side. So if I'll show you real fast. Let me find a picture. So like this picture right here. Let me pop it up real quick. Where is it? Right there. This picture right here. So I go on the visitor side and there's a gate over there.
Uh-huh.
And I open the gate, which you probably aren't supposed to do.
Right.
And I hold the gate with my foot.
Right.
So it doesn't swing all the way open and I just peek through there. And, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because that field is impossible. I mean.
Yeah. Either that or you have to be on the inside of the fence.
Right. Which OSAA rules say that you can be inside the fence as long as there's a dead ball area. You're not in play. And there's no dead ball areas on our fields. It's all in play. Wow. So, I mean, I could probably get away with it. I do it at EOU, and there's no dead ball area, but there's not a lot of room over there. And you know what I mean? If something did happen,
what's a dead ball area? I mean, how do you?
That means if it goes into that area, the ball's dead. Like you can't catch it. You can't do anything with it. Huh. Like if the dugout's a dead ball area. Like if the ball goes in the dugout, it's a dead ball. Some fields have like areas on the sides where it's just dead. You can't make a play on a ball in that area. That's what it's basically saying. Our fields don't. They're completely fenced. So it's mainly like fields without fences too. So you'll have like the foul line, and then what they'll do is they'll paint another line, which signifies, so you got the foul line, and then they'll paint another line that signifies a fence. And then anything past that line is a dead ball. Like you can't make a play on it.
So what happens if, there's an error, somebody throws it out of bounds and there's runners running.
Yeah, they get to advance one base. One base past the base they're going to. So say like a guy's on first, right?
Right.
And a kid hits a ground ball. And the shortstop fields it and overthrows first.
Right.
The runner going to first gets to go to second. The runner going to second gets to go to third if it goes into a dead ball area.
Okay.
One base.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that's the universal rule pretty much when it comes to dead balls.
So in that case, like a runner that was on second could go to home on a dead ball.
They would go to home.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to third, so
right,
so then you would go the next base. So home, it would be a run. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the our field, there's a lot of room. Like there's a lot of room, foul ball room. Especially close to closer to the home plate. As it gets out further, there's less room. But yeah, the baseball field is no problem to shoot on because the fences are short. Over by the dugouts, they're not. They're like
you can get
4.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But the softball fences are 6 all the way around, even in the outfield. Yeah,
interesting.
So it's like trying to even at my height. I mean, I can't shoot over that without something to stand on.
Well, it's kind of funny because like I bought all this equipment that you're using, which is fun, and I bought it for doing sports photography, but I've never, it's like, anytime I'm at a sports game, I'm working. I'm doing something. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy it, but I also like watching, and I find myself not watching very much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm constantly looking like for like a good picture instead of like,
yeah.
You know, but last year, I think EOU basketball, I didn't, for one game, I didn't take pictures. I didn't even take a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that just did weird. Oh, Todd said good morning. That's why. There you go. Hey, Todd, what's up? Buenos dias.
Yeah. A camera is interesting because it insulates you. I mean, I've taken pictures professionally, internationally, and you when you're behind the camera, I mean, I've been in situations that were emergent situations or emotional situations, and it just kind of insulates you as a photographer. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, but when it comes to LeGrand baseball, it doesn't insulate me much.
Doesn't you
I'm
get pretty
still
excited still?
and yeah. Yeah. I'm still cheering for. I know, like one of the things Johnny always preached was like, when you're media, you don't root for a team. And I said, well, I guess I'm the exception because I'm not gonna not root for my team.
Yeah, that's funny.
You got to be professional. You can't be cheering for them when you're at the scorer's table. And I'm over there yelling at the refs, and you can't yell at the refs when you're a media member. All of a sudden, watch me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that game is today at 4, right?
Today at 4, yeah. Yeah, I'll go live like in like the 4th, give a score update, and I'll try to post the score update every inning, like at the end of every inning. That'd probably be good in the comments. I think we have a good shot at beating this team today. I really do. I mean, LeGrand's tough. Pitching's deep. They hit the ball well. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Todd. He's definitely right. Like I said, I mean,
yeah,
rules were meant to be broken.
Yeah, and Todd's he officiates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ever talk.
So Todd, do you ever have to point at somebody and say like, "Hey, you're at the table. Be quiet."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I was at a game last year. LeGrand. I don't remember who they were playing. I want to say they were playing Aaron Miles's team. I don't know who, or Aaron Mill. What team does he coach? Anyways, and one of the LeGrand players, every time Todd would turn around, was just talking smack. And finally, at the end of the game, I just walked up to him. I'm like, you do. I walked up to the kid, and I was like, you do know that a lot of people in here know the refs, right? Like, you're not getting away with that. Like, people. He almost threw out the scorekeeper at Vail last year. But I'm just thinking to myself when I'm telling this kid, I'm like, you do know that people are probably going to tell him that you were like, and giving him all these gestures when he's not looking. Like,
yeah. Well, it's funny.
Tee him up, bud.
Yeah, it's not unlike social media in the sense that when the refs,
yeah, they can't stop and come over and kick your ass real quick.
Right. And you kind of, I mean, people at a game, they kind of forget that they're real live people, they're community members, and I mean, there's that very much that same thing that happens at social media where there's this weird wall and people think that they can say anything they want,
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, if I were a parent and I had yelled at the ref and then I saw that ref later on at a restaurant or something, it seems like you'd feel like an idiot. Be like, yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I have yelled at refs before. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I get pretty passionate, but I haven't ever like crossed the line. Like, I mean, nowadays nobody wants to umpire a ref because the parents are so terrible. Oh, I'm sure you do, Todd. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I tell you, when my kids were little, I think I coached baseball once, or one season, and there was a game where there were no refs, and so then it was like, okay, yeah, can you ref first base? And it was like, I mean, I did it at one time, and
In
it's like,
baseball, it's called an umpire.
okay, thank you. And so I anyhow, the guy who makes the judgment calls, and it was like, it was an awful, I mean, it was like, man, I do not want to do that again, because like, I don't know, it was just I felt sympathy.
Yeah.
Very
Calling an umpire in baseball's a ref is like calling a run a point. Like, you don't score points in baseball.
Yeah,
you
well,
score
what's
runs.
the problem with that?
It's,
No.
it's sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go to a basketball game and say you scored 37 runs.
Well, but I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, okay. I follow you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was needed to be an umpire.
Yep.
But I don't think they asked me, hey, will you go be the umpire at first base? They didn't say that. They just like, hey, will you go call first base?
Yeah.
So
that's you can call a game. I mean, that's a good. That's why I don't coach. I don't like parents.
Yeah.
I don't like parents at all. I think they're terrible. They're the worst.
Yeah, and you are.
I love the kids.
I
love the kids, but man, I do not like the parents out there. So
yeah,
they're brutal. Like there can be like a call where you're like, it's obvious the dude's safe, right? And the parents will be like, he was out. You're like, I'm unbiased. I'm looking at it. Like, I probably have it on camera. Right. And just to argue, like it's crazy nowadays.
Yeah. For me, it was like, I don't know how the officials, is that a good term for both sports?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, how they make such minor calls, and most of the time, especially when you see it on TV and they do the replay, they get it right, and it's like, and it can be a fraction of a second. And it's like, how in the world did they even see that? It's just craziness.
A lot of guys, high school and up, have been doing it for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have a bench jockey out there that played JV baseball in high school, is living out vicariously through their kid, telling the umpire, "That was a ball." It's
right.
You played like 1 year at JV and you don't even understand what a strike zone is. So why are you arguing?
Well, and not only that, but you have an official like that's camped right over the area they're calling,
standing right on top of the plate.
Whatever it might be, they're right there, and you have a fan that's 100 feet away, and it's like, do you really think you have a better perspective? Yeah.
It would be like similar to like if, say, I went into like a science lab and tried to tell a scientist that he was doing his job wrong and has been doing it for 20 years. Like, yeah, see, Todd's right. There's keys that officials are watching to get the call right. Yep, definitely. We have pretty good officials here. When I was younger, we had pretty good refs and umpires. I mean, I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever, and maybe this could be a good question for Todd, have you ever seen an official like that you knew specifically made the call wrong? I mean, have you seen that where they like,
they're human.
They were trying, no, not, I mean, intentionally. I mean, it's like, yeah, we're going to call that game. We're going to call, I mean, to throw a game one way or another.
No, there's been guys there's a guy in the NBA that got busted for it.
Right.
Can't remember his name. There's a documentary on him, but no.
Yeah.
No. I've seen really, really bad calls, but that's part of it. I mean, see, Todd's never seen it either. No.
Yeah.
I think umpires and officials and referees, they have a lot of integrity usually. Like most of them are out there because they love the sport that they're working.
They're not out there because they're getting paid.
Not enough. Yeah. No, not enough to put up with these parents nowadays.
Yeah.
Because now we got millennials becoming parents and they're entitled and they're basically
Yeah. Todd, do you help call the Shrine game? Are you part of that crew that does that?
I don't know. Is he Blue Mountain? It's Blue Mountain. I can't remember if he is or not.
And the reason I'm asking is we do need a red hat this year at the Shrine game. The red hat is the guy who pauses the game, and I had told Gib that we're going to supply that person. So we got to be really great if it was. Yeah.
He's called the Shrine game 3 times.
Yeah, and so it'd be really great if we had someone who was already familiar with that group of officials that would be our red hat guy.
So you hear that, Todd? If you aren't working the Shrine game on August 6th, you got a job for that day, and you'll probably get paid more than the refs.
Probably. Yeah,
and it won't be as labor intensive.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, you just take your.
Sure, he knows. I mean, he's a referee. He's worked games that have been on TV before, so I'm sure he knows. Yes, for TV timeouts. Yes.
Yep. So, well, cool. What else is going on? Did you, huge conversation about gun control going on because of that shooting. Have you been following any of that conversation going on? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't really have an opinion on it. I think we could have a little bit stricter gun laws. So I guess I do have an opinion. I think we could probably have a little bit stricter gun laws, but at the same time, I think that we could do better jobs as parents.
Well, I think we gotta. I think we gotta do everything we can. We do.
Kids gotta stop dying. Period. That's the simple.
Yeah, but we can't have soft target schools. We can't. No, it's the craziest thing ever. The kid walks in a prop door, walks right by the resource officer. There was a ton of things that went wrong at that particular shooting, that was awful. But I bought a gun recently, had the full background check. There's not a small amount of paperwork, so but there are other states that don't have the restrictions that Oregon does. They don't have that safety check, process. So anyhow, big conversation going on about that. Yeah.
I don't know the answer. I just don't want kids dying. It's that simple.
Yeah. You can't, schools can't be soft targets. So it's both. It's, so craziness.
Keep the schools locked. Do a better job at seeing what's coming in and going out. Well, I know when I was in school, you could bring a gun to school.
Right.
People had it in their cars all the time.
No, I know that was funny when we moved to La Grande in '97. That was an announcement that we saw that was like, hey, students, please, the guns that because people would leave them in the gun rack in the back of the pickup. That was just where and it's like, please leave your guns at home. It's like, how times have changed.
A little bit.
But here at our schools, I've never, the doors are not open. There's a button you have to push. There's a camera that identifies who you are, so.
Yeah, you can't just walk in the school.
No, So,
but they also can't have somebody there patting down every student. I know in like big city schools, they have metal detectors and all kinds of stuff,
and I guess I wouldn't be opposed to that. Us being searched, but certainly a locked thing students have to go through. I don't know. If I had an inner city school, then you'd have metal detectors. It seems like that would be not a bad plan, but what a mess. But see, all that stuff it has to be administered. You have to have staff that watches that.
Money.
You have to have money. Yeah. So it's not just the metal detector. It's somebody to manage that whole mess. So,
well, maybe they should start doing that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the answer is. I just don't want to see kids getting killed for just dumb. So I don't get it.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm gonna get us out of here.
Much more. Yeah, let's go. on a Tuesday, May 31st, last day of May.
Last day of May.
On this day in 1879, the first electric railway opened at Berlin Trade Exposition. There's not a lot today. In 1907, on this day, taxis first started running in New York City.
1907? Wow.
So 115 years ago. 1977, Beatlemania opened at the Winter Garden Theater in New York City for 920 performances in a row. That's a lot of performances. That's like almost 3 years. Well, not almost 3 years, but close.
Where was it at?
Winter Garden Theater in New York. 1979, on this day, Radio City Music Hall opened. Well, reopened, like the reinvention of Radio City Music Hall.
79 was a good year, man. You were born then, right?
I was born in 1979. I'm a 70s baby. I can claim that. Barely, but 2014, on this day, Psy's Gangnam Style became the first video to reach 2 billion views on YouTube.
Wow.
2 billion views. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of. How many people are in the world? 5 billion?
Yeah, about 5 or 6. Yeah,
so that's like a third of the world. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you have somebody who just put that on play over and over and over and over.
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't count it like that.
They don't?
No.
Huh.
You can't. I think they count it by ISP address.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can't. You could. Everybody would be doing that if you could do that. You could just have 100 different devices replaying your video over and over on YouTube. You can't. No, it's ISP address. I'm pretty sure.
IP
or IP address. The number one movie in America on this day. We switched to movies now for a while.
Okay.
Just because the songs are just so repetitive because there's.
Yeah.
The number one movie on this day in 2002 was Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't even know if I even watched it.
I know. I couldn't. I lost track of the Star Wars episodes.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I do like The Mandalorian. I watched that, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Quote for the day. I don't even know who it's by. Big shots are just little shots who kept on shooting. Big shots are just little shots who kept on shooting. That's it for a Tuesday. Baseball today, 4. I'll go live sometime right around the 4th inning. Give everybody a look in and score updates. And hopefully we can beat Philomath and go play for a state championship. And hopefully the girls can beat Cascade and go play for a state championship. It'd be cool if they both won state. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, it'd be great. That's it.
All righty. Thank you, Eastern Oregon.
See you Thursday.
All right.